days before the outbreak. And they called it the mutant black lung flu virus, which makes me think of Yersinia pestis, the black plague. And I know for a fact that that is a biowar specimen that they're working on. And by the way, in America, there used to be some like 400 laboratories that had special biowar permissions, so to speak. Now there are 1,088 in a very short time. So is there a method to this madness? Yes, it's even carved in stone. It's called Georgia Guidestones, and I leave it to your imagination what this might mean: maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. And anybody who still thinks I'm saying nonsense here, we have Denver International Airport. You arrive there and you get murals like these. And you have chemtrails here. And mind you, by the way, at the end of the scimitar, that's not on this slide, there is the pigeon of peace. And this was created in 1995 by Leo Tanguma, and the people who organized this Denver International Airport have this signature. And it says, the New World Airport Commission. I don't know who these people are. So the signs are everywhere. So why SAG? And I don't know whether you can see it, but there's a little rainbow in it. I caught that just from my back garden. And they talk about weather modification. And they talk about temporary atmospheric antenna, the ducting thing. But it has links with HARP, and it has links with DARPA, and it's one big happy family. We are not told about it, but it has all links. And what else? This is what Bill Deagle says in one of his radio programs. He talks about scalar interferometry mirrors to image a torsional vertex through the Earth, and scalar plasma interferometry type weapon systems, with which you can create a plasma type explosion over any city in the world. And basically the air is turned into a plasma, so you can do a lot of things and affect people, crops, and even earthquakes. So there are a lot of questions. I mean, I find these things and I say, oh, who's doing this? What is this? And of course, there is no Google that you can say and you get the answer. So it boils down to ask the intelligent questions. The more questions you have, the closer you come to the truth, eventually. So where are they sagging us? Everywhere. This is America, this is Geneva, and this is also America, and here we have Saudi Arabia. And this is Lisbon, UK, Europe, and Belgium and Holland. All NASA photos. When are they doing it? Well, day and night. There's that church again. Full moon, and you can see them. They are not chemtrailing, apparently, in China, Costa Rica, and Paraguay. Didn't Georgie Boy buy a farm in Paraguay recently? Bushy Boy? Yeah. So he must know something we don't. Global warming, I call it global dimming, the chemtrail thing, or global weirding. And what does it mean when we have no sunlight? There is no photosynthesis. There is no vitamin D. And there is no immune system. We, as living beings on the earth, all need full spectrum sunlight for different things. If we don't have the vitamin D3, we fall ill, we can't fight cancer, that sort of thing. That's why they tell you to put sunscreen on your skin, because the sunscreen is carcinogenic in itself, and it cuts off the skin from direct contact with the sun, so you can't even make vitamin D3. Aren't they clever, our doctors? And, well, of course, sunlight has been used for ages to disinfect things. And the photosynthesis in plants and food crops. And, of course, it's an alternate energy source, which we have lost already for 60%, as Dane Wigington told us. Ultraviolet light, a part of sunlight, is also very important, and these are physical processes for which we need ultraviolet light. It helps our metabolism, it keeps our blood pressure down, it helps us with our sex hormones, it has a better heart efficiency. And I'm talking also about the other heart energy here. Natural vitamin D3 production, calcium absorption. You can treat psoriasis, that is the skin disease. People with asthma can breathe more easily. It brings down the blood cholesterol, although that is a whole different lecture, because the whole cholesterol story is not what you're being told by your doctor. It helps with weight loss, and it does something good to your blood calcium. And vitamin D3 is not a vitamin, actually, it's a hormone. And it does a lot of things that are very important for our health. That is, it has to do with how our bone structure behaves and how our cells behave. In terms of cancer, vitamin D3 helps regulate the apoptosis, the programmed cell death. So everybody has cancer cells in his body, but our own system can take them down, but we need vitamin D3 to do the job, among other things. Our immune T cells, those are the Pac-Man cells that eat up our pathogens, they go up when we have vitamin D3. Our insulin production goes up, very important. There are so many diabetics here in the world, and one of the reasons we have so many diabetics is vaccines. So insulin production helped by vitamin D3 will help you to be easy on your insulin shots. And there is a connection with osteoporosis, of course, and it preserves muscle strength after exercise. And those are just a couple of examples. Chemtrail effects. We have aluminum in the chemtrails. And the aluminum in the chemtrails enhances the effects of HAARP. And HAARP is sending out extreme or extra low frequencies. And these frequencies work with or against or in or through our bodily systems, because, as I said, we are electrical beings. That's why homeopathy works. It's frequency information. And so HAARP can change our thoughts and emotions, and give us anxiety, inability to concentrate, and depression. Barium is also very nice stuff that helps to steer the jet stream, which is interesting. You can manipulate the weather and the climate. But barium makes us more vulnerable for X-band radar. And also barium takes potassium out of the human organism, and we have in our cells this sodium-potassium pump to bring stuff in and out of the cells. So if that's out of whack, you see what will happen. You will be less healthy than you could be. And because there's less potassium, you have more risk on muscle weakness and heart defibrillation. And then there's another thing, the magnesium that you get, not too much from your food, but because in the soil there's not so much magnesium here. But any magnesium that is in your body can bind to the aluminum and give blood clotting. There are many people on blood thinners, warfarin, Coumadin. But what they do is calcify the arteries and erase short-term memory.